Data from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs as at October 24 reveals out of the 612 lives lost, Jigawa accounts for the single highest deaths by state with 91 casualties. Of the over 3 million persons affected, Anambra accounts for 729,000 persons. More than 500,000 persons have been displaced in Anambra out of the 1.4 million displaced persons across the country. With 376 persons injured in the state, Anambra also accounts for the highest number of those injured out of the close to 3,000 nationwide. The indicators reveal Imo State has the highest numbers of houses and farmland damaged. No state has been spared in the 2022 flooding. However, 28 states and the Federal Capital Territory Abuja have received relief of food and non-food items from the federal government. Akwa Ibom, Cross Rivers, Kwara, Zamfara, Katsina, Kebbi, Borno, and Gombe are the 6 states yet to receive relief from the federal government. Edwin Clark, leader of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, had earlier described the Humanitarian Affairs Minister as inhumane towards victims of the flood in Bayelsa and other areas in the southern region of the country. It also comes after the state governor, Duoye Diri, says no assistance has come from the federal government 4 weeks into the crisis.
It's about a month now that Bayelsa has been sitting under waters. So I have made calls, I have appealed, and up until this moment, we don't have one federal government senior, very senior official in the mold of maybe the president, the vice president, or the minister, just to give us hope, encourage us, and deploy the federal might to our state to say we stand with you.
The Humanitarian Affairs Minister responds to the criticisms.
It will also interest you to know that Bayelsa is not even amongst the 10 most hit. I think Jigawa is number 1. And we have taken intervention to Bayelsa, and it's still ongoing. We are using the Nigerian Air Force to access the inaccessible areas. We have officers in all the states, and they are supporting the state officials to give support to these victims.
How does the country ensure that the relief gets to those who need them and prevent a repeat of the COVID-19 palliatives which were hoarded and stockpiled in warehouses?
This time around, we're engaging everybody that is a stakeholder in a state. Before going for the intervention, we have written letters to different groups, the state government to start with, faith-based organizations, NGOs and CSOs, and community leaders.
The resistance of populace to early warning instructions, inadequate dam monitoring and maintenance, as well as lack of flood risk awareness, are some of the major challenges to reducing and mitigating flood risk in Nigeria. The minister is advocating enforcing evacuations, as well as individual and collaborative preventative measures to forestall future devastating outcomes to flooding in Nigeria.